What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Second Avenue Podcast. I'm your host, Jonathon and Elijah.
I'm your other host, Elijah Venencia. Happy Halloween. I guess this is dropping on Halloween, correct?
It
Monday's going to
is.
be the 31st. So happy Halloween, everybody, to all the listeners out there. How was your Halloween weekend? We'll kick it off with that.
My Halloween weekend was pretty good. Uh, I didn't really do too much. This is my first Halloween weekend not in college. Obviously I had many before I was in college, but since being in college is my first one out. So obviously I loved Halloween weekend while I was in college. One of my favorite weekends of the year. Obviously a lot of good parties, cool seeing being in costumes, just overall great weekend. This time though, I was in Hoopston, at home, cooling it, feeling a little grown. I didn't know what I was on. Didn't think I was dressing up. Didn't think I was doing any of that. And then, kind of last minute, this whole week leading up, I was like, I'm not really gonna do anything, whatever. So I didn't really plan out a costume or anything like that. But I got convinced to join the Ghost Rally, which I didn't know what a Ghost Rally was. If you're listening, you're not from
Yeah, I know.
Central
I've always
Illinois.
been
Even if
curious.
you are from Central Illinois, you might not know what a ghost rally is. I didn't know personally. I've always heard of it, like you said, but I Googled it beforehand. I said, what is a ghost rally? And I saw an article. It said it's like a scavenger hunt with spooks and ghost stories along the way. And I was like,
Sheesh.
interesting. All right. So I was like, it sounds like a decent time. So I asked my boy Mitch G, his girlfriend Sabrina, we got in on it. Our boy and Michael joined us. We had the four of us, dream team. Those two boys know the country roads of Hoopston like the back of their hands. So they, did a good job. It's like a scavenger hunt. So everybody started the pump in
Yeah.
Hoopston, and you try to make these, different stops and find little vials. It was a zombie outbreak. You had to trace and find patient zero who created this whole outbreak. So it's pretty cool. There was some different parts where there was kids, scaring us. They'd be like
Yeah.
laying down in the trees, and I'm like, the biggest scare of the night was my boy Mitchell, like our first one where we're like walking through this like dark forest. He like just jumped and grabbed me in the back, and I was like, like he really got me. But other than that, like you could tell when the people were about to jump out of the stuff.
Yeah.
But it's always funny because it's like Hoopston, so it's like you see
Yeah.
these
You
people
know
that
everyone. Yeah.
like the young bull Trent was out there. I was like, Trent, is that you? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, that was
Damn.
funny.
He broke
Uh,
character.
he's got the blonde hair. It's like kind of hard to miss him. But yeah, it was overall fun. I definitely went try hard. Like I wanted to win. There was a cash prize on the line, so I was like, we're gonna win. And when we turned our thing in, we ended up getting second place. At that time, I don't know how it ended up. I didn't like stick around the whole night. I kind of left and then eventually went back. But it was fun. Like I will do it again. Like I had a good time. It wasn't like scary, but it was like just a
Interesting.
good
Yeah.
time. It was just
Yeah.
a good
Competitive.
vibe. Yeah, I like the competitive aspect. You're racing against all these other cars, and everybody leaves at different times. So I didn't know that's how it worked. I thought everybody left at the same time, but then I guess you could just follow, the first car,
Mhm.
do the thing. So everybody left kind of like 5 minutes apart or whatever. And we're the last car to leave. And my sister had her team leave like 20, 30 minutes before us. And we ended up catching up to them like by the fourth or fifth stop, probably. Like, so we made up a
Like,
lot of time.
yeah.
Like
Like you said, you made up a
we're going
dream
crazy.
team though.
We had a country boy in Mitch G. We had a local hero in Nathan Michael.
Firefighter,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So, and then I was just the brains of the operation and the hustle. I was running. I was doing. They said go run and grab the thing and come back. I said I'm with that. I'm trying to win. So yeah, it was a good time. It was overall a W for sure. Even though we didn't get first place next year. Now we have
Yeah,
a little
next
bit of
year. Yeah.
experience
You're
next
hungry
year.
now.
Yes, sir. But how was your Halloween?
It's not too bad. I just hung out in Blono. I was really thinking about this is like my second adult Halloween, like freshman year, and then this year would be my junior year. So I was just chilling. Last year I'm getting all my New York Rolling Loud memories. So
Mm-hmm.
it was good to be back though. I enjoyed Halloween. I feel like my freshman year, like the bar was just set tremendously high, and like that was like one of the best weekends I've had in my life. So I feel like Halloween weekend is it's always a W though.
It always is. What did you dress up as this
So
Halloween?
so for one of the first night I was like a snowboarder, and then like for the second night it got really hot in like the snowboarding gear. So I just wore like some gummy bear costume somebody had, or like it was like just the wrapper, the gummy bear, and there's a gummy bear head. Yeah, I just
Mm,
didn't want to fucking be all sweaty the second night. So.
I feel that. One year I wore like I was like a baby, and so I had like a onesie with like the bottle and stuff. But it was so hot in that onesie. But it
Yeah.
was like a last minute costume. Like I went to Spirit Halloween or whatever. Sorry, not sponsored, so I don't want to give them a shout out. But went
Yeah.
to a Halloween store last minute. uh, and yeah, I just copped it and wore it. But yeah, it was a little hot. Are you a big
Remember,
Halloween guy though? Do you have like good memories from growing up Halloween?
yeah, I feel like I kind of just stopped fucking with Halloween when I was probably like fourth or fifth grade. Like I was kind of early to all
Mm,
that. You know,
yeah.
I've never been like huge into dressing up and shit like that. I'm not a big candy guy, I guess is my thing too. So
Mm.
that may be the factor in there. Random memory though, it would have been my freshman year at college. And I came to ISU. You know, we linked up. We went to the Halloween store. If you want the sponsor, hit us, but I won't call it what it is yet. We
Yeah.
went to the Halloween store in Bloomington, and all they had left was like a fucking youth extra large prison jumpsuit. And by the end of the weekend, my arm, like I just ripped off the arms of it and fucking
That's kind of a
that was a
look
good
though.
time.
That's
Yeah.
kind of a look. Do you have like a favorite Halloween costume from growing up though?
Um, I don't know. I feel like that's like tough to choose. The one that always comes to mind for me is because my mom like literally kept it. She still has this costume in a closet somewhere. Is a Dumbo costume. I was Dumbo for like my first Halloween.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
there's
That's wild.
but
Mine is definitely Yu-Gi-Oh. I was Yu-Gi-Oh for like maybe at least 3 years, like in a row. Uh, I mean, shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh. That's the guy. I was really him. I was out here with the dual disc,
yeah.
I was about it for real.
you
Uh
really him.
I was really him. So yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
wild.
If you
But
pull up
yeah,
with the dual disc, that's crazy. Yeah,
yeah, nobody wanted any smoke that night. There's all these scary monsters, Michael Myers, whatever. They don't want any smoke with the dark magician. So that's real. But anyway, we got to get into our fantasy updates, of course. How's the fantasy work looking this week?
I'm going 1-1. I'm gonna have 190 points scored on me in one league. Played
Mm,
AJ Brown and Alvin Kamara, who have like
mm.
90 points together. So that's really unfortunate. And then I was leading in my other league last time I checked, but we'll see in the league that we are in together. So that should put me at 4-4 for both leagues. I've lost fucking 3 games in a row in the league my big league. This other one I'm breaking a losing streak, so it's tough out here right now. But
Yeah, I'm I think gonna be 1-2 this week. I'm gonna lose the two that we're not in together, and I only have 2 wins in both those, so it's not a good season. And then
yeah,
in our league, I'm gonna get the win. It's looking like, and I'll be pulling back up to 500. So not bad. That's a very competitive league. Everybody's kind of around 500. So whatever.
yeah.
Hopefully I turn around the second half. But had a big week. I played AJ Brown, and then I played Foreman on the Panthers. So he
Oh
he
yeah,
showed up.
Foreman's.
So
Yeah, those pickups are looking real nice right now.
mhm.
Yeah, AJ Brown, that's tough. I'm an Eagles fan, obviously, so it's nice seeing my boy succeed, but it sucks when I'm playing him.
Yeah, but at what cost? Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
tough.
Eagles are 7-0. Yeah, I'd rather the Eagles fucking win a Super Bowl than me win any fantasy league. So
That's valid. I would definitely agree with that. But yeah, had to get that update in. And then there's one other update we got to get in. We forgot last week. I texted Elijah right after we got done recording. I was like, we forgot to talk about the Ox battle. So if you've been following us for a while, our Ox battles are a thing we do. We pick 7 categories to choose songs for. We each pick a song. We talk about it in the episode, and then we post it on Instagram with the poll, and you guys choose who picked the better song for the category. And in July, back when we had our last one, swept the boy 7-0. I was feeling real good going in this one. I said, I'm never going to lose again. But I lost. Elijah pulled out a 4-3 win. This was the closest one yet,
I
I would
won.
say.
This whole time I thought I lost.
No, you won.
Oh no, this whole time because I checked the poll like 30 minutes before and you were up like barely. I was like, oh, no one's gonna vote. And then
I
oh,
think you
okay.
won. I
I
thought
think
you won this whole time. So this is a live reaction, I guess. Let's go through. All right. The first round was a song with a spooky beat. I chose 5% Tint, you chose Half Blood Prince. I won 52-48. I'm up 1-0. Second one, Football Reference. You went with Smuckers by Tyler. I went So Appalled by Kanye. You won 72-28. That's a big one.
Yeah, that
So it's
was
1-1. Okay. 2022 hit. I went with Bad Habit. You went with P Power. I won 58-42. So I'm up 2-1.
yeah.
Next one, less than 1 million monthly listeners. I went Dr. Birds by Griselda. You went Glock 19 by Amir Van. You won 87-13. That's a big one.
That was huge.
So now it's 2-2.
2-2.
A song from an album, Pitchfork rated below a 5. You went with Love Me by Lil Wayne, Future, and all them. I went with Smile Back by Mac Miller. You won 60-40. So you're up 3-2.
3-2.
A song from an album with a red cover. You went with Walk It, Talk It by Migos. I went with Devil in a New Dress, and I won 60-40. So it's 3-3. So it all came down to this last round, which was a song with no feature. And I went with Hooligan by Baby Keem. You went with Tale of Two Cities by J. Cole. And you won 76-24. So yeah, you won 4-3. I was thinking you won, so I was gonna say.
This whole time I thought I lost. So I was like, oh fuck. But I thought the Love Me I thought that one was flipped around. I thought I lost that one. So
that was the one. That's the one that I thought I was gonna win. That was the winnable one. I think the 5% Tint against Half Blood Prince, that was very close. 52-48.
I was not expecting it to be that close.
I was not either. That was surprising. And then Love Me versus Smile Back was surprising. It ended up being 12-8 on votes. But I thought it was going to be, I thought Smile Back was like definitely going to win. Like I thought Mac Miller was a cheat code.
Mac Miller is a cheat code, but I feel like you got to just, I don't know. It just depends, I guess, what you choose. But I feel like Love Me is just I feel like it's more known of a song, or like the catchier song, I guess. But more memories tied to that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
So we're tied up 2-2. I was like, oh, I'm down 3-1. I'm going in my fucking LeBron bag right now.
2-2. So it's good now. Hopefully, we'll get another one in sometime in the very end of this year, probably the beginning of next year. Honestly, I feel like we don't want to get too
December's gonna be a crowded month.
That's all I'm saying. So, and November's too close. So I think we'll have to kick off the year with a Ox battle in January, probably.
Yes, we will. Moving on though, our topic for today, keeping up, with the Halloween theme here, we're doing a rapper Halloween costume tier list. This one's gonna be exciting. I was just talking to someone the other night I was like, you kill it with like the rapper or like musician Halloween costumes. You were the Weeknd one year and then Kanye last year as well. So
I know.
So a little opposite here,
Yeah. We got to see what the rappers dress up as. I think if a rapper dresses up as another rapper, that's kind of like, it's not that creative. It's not that cool. I want to see.
It's got to be a legend though,
It has to be. But I want to see these rappers dress up as something creative. They got unlimited resources, basically. They can be anybody.
Yeah, no,
I want to see what they're going to be. But yeah, like you said, I was the Weeknd. I was Kanye. I love the rapper costumes. I think I probably would have had somebody this year, but didn't dress up, like I said. So let's get into it. The first one we're going to start off here with, we have Chance the Rapper and his wife dressing up as Tupac and Jada.
Better not let Will listen to this episode.
Better not. This one's pretty fire.
Yeah, I think it's fire.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I'd put it like B or A. I don't think it's quite S tier, but I like it.
I don't think it is either. It's really good, but I think there's a lot of really good ones. Like I said, unlimited resources. I got to go B here. Like, I love Chance. I love this costume. It's very well executed. Great that it's a couple costume, but we're going to get to some really good ones.
I was B, but, I know Chance is your guy. So, I want to give you like the little nod there just in case. But
that's fair. I do think it's really good, but there's other really good ones out there. So we'll get to those though. All right. The next one we got Injury Reserve. Two of their members dressed up as Run the Jewels. I think this one's pretty cool. It's pretty funny. They're like a rap group. So it's kind of cool. They dressed up as another rap group.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have that legend status like you were talking about. Yeah, I would debate that they're on their way.
That's like, yeah. I mean, I really like this. Like, who's really dressing up as like Run the Jewels though,
Exactly.
So
obviously, they got the iconic pose. One black, one white. Like, it's a good combo.
I really like the creativity of it. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not very common. You with the common ones, you got like Easy E that we'll see later, Tupac. Iconic rappers like you just don't see this as much, I guess. So
I think this is an A.
yeah, I'm with A with this one.
Just for a
So
little bit of creativity, gets the boost over Chance. I would argue that Chance might have better execution, but I like this one better.
yeah, I feel like that's what this lacks from being an S tier is like the execution on it. It's not
It's pretty
perfect, but
simple. It's pretty
yeah, yeah.
simple. But RIP Stepper J Groggs, though. We got to give that shout out. Yeah, shout out to Injury Reserve. All right. Next one. Drake dressing up as his dad.
This one's kind of corny to me.
Yeah, this is like
The
a
the
C
dick
tier, I
riding is
think.
crazy.
I get it. Like his dad
Oh
is
yeah.
a legend in his own right. His dad is obviously not as well known as Drake, but because Drake is Drake, he's pretty well known. So it's kind of something that people would get, but I feel like a lot of people might be like, who is he supposed to be? Right.
Yeah. I don't this it's kind of corny to me.
But
I'd
it's like
have
a
it.
if you know costume, I will say.
Yeah, I'd have it at C.
I think that's fair. I think there's, a little bit of creativity. Like Drake could be somebody like super basic, super cool, I guess, but he's his dad. I think, that's fine. So I think it's a C. I don't think it's a D. All right. The next one we have The Weeknd dressing up as the Nutty Professor.
I really like this one.
This one's so fire.
And he's got the bodysuit and everything with it as well to bring it together. I think this this is an S tier costume for me.
This has to be an S. The Weeknd is the king of Halloween. He runs it. He has another costume where he dressed up as the Jack Nicholson Joker. That one was so fire. But this one is just a little bit more creative. You'll see a Joker every now and then, but how often do you see a Nutty Professor and
Yeah,
the
it's like
bodysuit? That just takes the next level.
yeah, I mean it looks like the Nutty Professor too, like is the
Mm-hmm.
thing with that. Like I mean he killed it for sure. So
He went
and
crazy.
like
I remember this Halloween, there was a video of him and he was holding the suspenders or something and he was like dancing to Runnin' by 21 Savage. So that's like one of my favorite videos. He was just going crazy. It's just way funnier because he's in the fat suit. Like if it was just the Weeknd
yeah.
dancing, you'd be like, oh, cool, whatever.
Yeah,
But it's the Weeknd dressed as the Nutty Professor, just going crazy. You'll love to see it. So yeah, this is definitely the standard for the S tier now. Like you have to be like at this level or like very, very close to be making the S tier because this is one of the best ones we're going to
yeah,
see today.
definitely.
All right, the next one we got Gunna. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what Gunna's supposed to be here. If
He's a
he's supposed to
vamp.
be a thing, I guess he's a vamp. He's got the black around his eyes, kind of his mouth. He's got the XO chain on though. I love that. Shot the Weeknd. We just got him. I don't know what letter I'm feeling for this. This is pretty basic, I will say.
Yeah. It just doesn't really have a clear direction either. Like
Mm-mm.
I shouldn't have to think or like look up like what your costume is. I guess I'd like to know just right away. I guess maybe we're missing some like big pop culture reference here or something. But I mean, for that, I'd have it at C.
It's almost a D just because it's like, what is it? But I think a C because it's like, a little bit of creative, I guess. He committed to the bit with the makeup. That's a C at least.
He's a vamp. That's what
I
we're gonna
know.
call it.
Going crazy. He's a vamp. All right. The next one we have is Missy Elliott dressing up as herself for the Super Duper Fly Missy Misdemeanor Elliott cover. What do you think about this one?
I think this is really tough, honestly. Like especially with the picture that well I've included in. Obviously, it's like nothing like too creative or anything like that. You're just dressing up as yourself from the past. But with that being said, she kills it. Good throwback, and then obviously getting the same cover pose as well is pretty cool. I'd have this solid B.
That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling a B here. Obviously, if it was somebody else making this reference, I think I might be higher on it. It is cool that she's, making a reference to something from her past. I think it was like 20 years later or something, maybe even, which is like, oh, that's pretty cool. But it is just her dressing up as herself, which is like, it's what you do if you don't wear a costume. You're just yourself. Although obviously she's dating this back to something that she's done in the past, but still, yeah, it's just kind of whatever to me. Like it's cool, but it's not. It's not on the level of some of these other ones. All right, B tier for Missy Elliott. Let's go on to the next one. We got Big Sean dressing up as Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse.
Shout out Miles Morales first off. First Black Spider-Man, second Black Spider-Man, I guess now for Big Sean. But I like this. I I like that he got up and posed and like one of those raptors. I got a nice picture of one of those raptors in my city in New York, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
the one thing that I wish he would have done was he has the off-white Air Jordan ones on, but they have like Miles Morales Jordan ones. So
Mm-hmm.
that would have been like a really good touch there. But this is a B or C tier for me. It's nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I'm fine with going B, I think. Maybe C. I don't know. It's
I
like
think B because he's up there posing. You know, that's like
I agree. He committed. I like when you commit. Uh I agree. When I noticed the off-white Jordans, I was like, come on. But it's still, close,
we
but it's
get it,
not
Sean. We
exactly it.
get it. We get it.
We
You got
get
it
it.
like that.
Yeah, he's different. But it's kind of like I said, there's unlimited resources. Like he could get those Miles
No,
Morales
yeah,
Jordans if he
that
wanted
they're
them.
significantly cheaper too. Like it's not.
Yeah. But flex, go crazy, Big Sean. Yeah, I think we go B here. It's cool. He's on the pole, but it is like, a costume that, especially I think this was a couple years ago, like 2019 maybe. So you'd probably see, a fair amount of them out that night. But it is interesting, like your Big Sean going around at this costume party. Nobody's gonna know it's Big Sean.
Yeah, I'm not a big mask guy for that reason. You know, like I'd like to know who you are. You know, like
Yeah, I
that.
think
But
that's fair. But if you're trying to keep it low key, maybe it's a good vibe. All right. Next one we got Lil Pump dressed up as Harvard Medical School Dr. Pump. Um, it's interesting. Shout out to Lil Pump.
this
He is a
looks like
Harvard dropout though, so I don't know how he's a Harvard doctor and a Harvard dropout.
yeah, this is something you'd see at a college party. I feel like.
It is. I keep going back to unlimited resources, but with unlimited resources, I expect a little bit more. I guess he got the custom embroidery on that lab coat. That's about it. Like, he really didn't go too crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, unlimited resources. I feel like this is one. When I saw it, I was like, this is low tier. So I'm gonna throw it
Mm-hmm.
in D. Like it's I get he's got the promethazine, the codeine with him, but
Yeah, you got the walk. Yeah, this is definitely a D. Like, this is pretty basic. It is funny though. Like, I've never seen this picture before until I was looking up things for this episode. There's also another picture. I'll throw it on the screen of Lil Pump as a character from Avatar, which is like slightly cooler, but we needed something to fill in the D tier, so
yeah.
had to go with this one from Pump. All right, next one we got the Kardashian West family dressed up as the Flintstones.
They always kill it. Like even into all the whole family. I mean, they're always going like this year too. They're killed it. I really like. I think it fits. You got Bam Bam, all the fun. All of them. And I mean, there's multiple options you could have chose with this. With I feel like Kim just goes crazy on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
This is an S tier for me.
S tier, okay. I was between A and S. We can go S. I like that. My thing is it Kanye in that dinosaur thing?
It's got to be. Just look at it. Just look at the stance.
That is a very Kanye stance, I guess. But yeah, I remember that was like the thing because I think this was like around the time of the divorce, or maybe a little bit before. But then people were like, was that Kanye?
Yeah, we're just gonna go with it as Kanye.
I know, I think it is too, probably. But it's funny to be like, interesting.
I mean, even like if we could have thrown in like the Predator one that was or Alien versus Predator that was Kanye, the one they did with that, like that would still be very highly
That's
ranked. I
true.
mean,
That's true. They go very hard. They deserve an S tier for their consistent greatness. So I'm fine with an S. This one is up there. So I get it. All right. Next one, we got Travis Scott as Batman, a brown Batman.
this is so iconic, or just like it's such a meme, not iconic. Just the pose, the brown suit, his facial expression, all of it. I feel like he really like thought this is a fucking hit.
Oh, he thought he
And
did something.
I like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just feel like he thought like this is fucking hard as fuck, and it's funny to me. I don't know.
Oh, it's pretty good. Like, but he thought it was gonna break
No,
through that.
it's yeah, no, it's really like a good costume and everything. It's just It's just like the pose and the facial expression.
It's the pose. The matching whips in the background though, that's like a couple
Yeah,
extra
that's
points.
hard.
That's a couple extra points. I think this is either an A or a B though.
I'd have it in A.
I'm with that. It's just so iconic. Like I was noticing the other day about when I'm editing these, we say iconic so much, but there's so many iconic things we talk about. This deserves that stamp. You see this on Twitter so often, like this is great. So yeah, I think it's an A for sure. All right, the next one we have is Snoop Dogg. He's kind of like a baby or something on a woman's back. It's one of those costumes where you like get inside of it and put your legs as their legs, and
Yeah.
then you're walking around, and it's like you're on their back. Like they have one as like Donald Trump. They have like dinosaurs. They have a whole bunch of them. But this one from Snoop Dogg is interesting. Um, Interesting in a bad way. I think I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. It's just you could do a lot better as a celebrity, like you said. Back to the unlimited resources thing, you could be a lot better than this.
You could. This is definitely something that is like available for purchase for the public. Like you could buy this at Halloween stores. It's interesting, I guess. Like, my Snoop's a funny guy. Snoop's a legend. I'm sure he's like making people laugh because of how he's moving around as this baby on this woman's back, but I don't know. It's just not that
It
creative.
doesn't
It's
really
not that
even make
interesting to
sense
me.
because a baby's not gonna fucking like an actual baby, like he is,
I know. That's what I was
implying
thinking
here.
too. Yeah, you would definitely not be on a back. You would be, on the front. But for the way the costume works, obviously it's got to be that way. But still, it's whatever. I think we got to go D here.
Yeah, I'm
Got to
alright
be
with
some
that.
D's. So got to be one here. All right. Next one we have Quavo as the X-Men character Beast.
I think he kills it here. He's got the face paint, everything going on. I love that he's got the fucking his glasses on still. That's a good little touch. Quavo kills it on Halloween though. There was the Two-Face one a couple years ago as well. I really like this one. I'll see where you're at with it.
This is an S. This is no
Okay.
question an S. This is commitment. I respect creativity and commitment. He's got the fur, he's got the face paint. It's a pretty unique
With the
character. You're
X-Men
probably not
jacket.
going to see another one. Definitely an S for me. But obviously, he's still rocking the ice. He's still rocking the glasses. Like he's got that Quavo touch on it still. And yeah, it's perfect. And he had
Yeah.
Sweetie as another character too.
See the couples, that's some bonus points there. And then you also, just the commitment is just
I'd love to see it.
he's doing it like Quavarius.
Yes, sir. All right, next one we got Lil Nas X as Cameron.
He
In
killed
recent
this one.
memory, this is like one of the classics, I think.
He killed this one for sure. The little pink phone even. I really like this costume. He hits every mark. He's got the little rings on as well.
Mm-hmm. Are we
I
back to back S here?
I think we're back to back S tier.
I think so. I think deservingly so. Lil Nas goes crazy. He's a man of the people. He knows how to get social media talking. He knows what's going to go viral. This definitely went viral last year or 2 years ago or whatever year he did it. So yeah, I think it's an S. No question. All right, next one we got Tyler the Creator as Justin Bieber.
This one is just super funny. I feel like
It's so funny.
Just the pose and everything. I love it.
This is that classic Odd Future era.
Yeah.
Like it makes so much sense around then. If he did it now, he wouldn't do it now, but it'd be way different if he did, obviously. But it's the glasses, it's the wig, it's
The hair
pose,
is perfect.
the
Yeah.
fit, even like it is great. And I keep going back to the limited resources. I would say they didn't have unlimited resources in here, but Tyler does have unlimited creativity always. So he's gonna come up with something fire when he wants to. So this is probably an A for me,
Yeah.
borderline the S, like because it is so funny. But I think some of the other ones are a little bit more like perfectly executed. So I think we'll go A here. What do you think about
Yeah.
that?
I'm
Okay.
with A here.
Next one, we got Tyga dressed up as Easy E.
Like Easy E is the easiest one to pull off. It's not easy. Sorry, I didn't mean to pun on my words there, but no, I feel like it's super simple and it's easy to get correct, of course, but I feel like he did it correctly. Like he's
He
not going
did.
over the top or anything. But I don't know. I feel like just it's done too much, I guess.
It is. It's pretty, good, but it can't be anything higher than a B, I don't think.
Yeah.
Gotta give a special shout out to the boy Doovie Davion, dressed up as Easy E for the costume contest last night. I'm pretty sure he won the costume contest. He went crazy. I think his was better than this one. I will say
Yeah.
that for sure. Um,
No, he killed it for sure. I feel like the gloves, you get the gloves on with I mean, that's a touch you got to have.
mhm. I know my boy Isaiah Thomas, when he was around that Celtics era, he dressed up as Easy E, and he's like a short king too, so it's perfect. And I want to say it was either Michigan or Michigan State basketball dressed up as NWA one year, like when Straight Outta Compton was popping. I gotta look into that, but if you guys remember that, let me know in the comments because that was fire. Um, but yeah, this one I've seen it done better. I think this is a B.
Mhm. Yeah. It reminds me of Kim K that just posted a bunch with, what were they? It was like Aaliyah, Easy E,
Sade.
and then what was the last one?
Snoop.
Snoop. Yeah, that was
Yep.
which they all killed it for sure. But
Yeah, that was fire.
I always love it when they're fucking the memes that always come and they're like, bitch, they wanted to be Spider-Man.
I know they probably really did. Like, I don't know. Obviously, they're around stuff like this, so maybe they like it, but they're kids at the end of the day.
I
You
remember a
know,
few years ago when
whatever.
Nipsey Hussle died. There, one of the kids was fucking just some random kid on the internet. And that was the first time I seen it where they're like, bitch, they wanted to be Spider-Man.
I know. I love it. Like, I love when parents use their kids for social. Actually, I don't love it, but when parents use their kids for like social media, eh. Like, I love when parents like put quotes like, "Today my daughter said this," and it's like
Yeah.
the most like bullshit quotes about
Read
like
me a full
social
page of fucking
justice.
Harry
Yeah.
Potter.
Yeah. I'm like, come on. But yeah, cool costume. It's a B. All right. Let's go on the last one. It is Rihanna dressing up as Gunna.
I really like this one. I know we made the comment at the beginning to they gotta be a legend or like super iconic. Gunna is obviously, a star in his own right and everything. She killed it though. I mean, I really like it. With that being
Yeah,
said, I don't think I can go higher than like a B on this just because it's you're not a legend, but I like it.
I agree. But I will say, how many Gunnas are you seeing? I feel like not
That's
that many, especially the celebrity part, because Gunna is a celebrity. Obviously, like you said, the iconic celebrities they're going to get dressed up as. But Gunna, but you're probably not seeing another Gunna. So interesting. I agree, though. It's probably a B. I think it's a good way to
yeah.
end it. I think a
Yeah,
B,
no.
strong B to end it because it could go
Free
higher
wanna.
depending on who you ask. Yeah, of course, free wanna. This was cool. I like this. Hopefully, everybody had a good Halloween. Obviously, hopefully you guys enjoyed this and made your Halloween a little better if you're listening on Halloween. Let us know in the comments what you dressed up as. We'd love to hear it. Especially if you got a rap costume. That'd be
Yeah,
fire.
no, drop them, send them into the DMs. Let's see them.
Yes, sir. But let's get into some of the news from this week. We got releases always. This is, you know, arguably the biggest week of the year so far.
We've
This
had
week was
it,
crazy.
it was so big, just like we haven't had a big week like this in a minute. I think that's what makes it
Hmm.
seem even bigger. It's like there was so much shit I had to listen to, and I enjoyed it, of course. But
And there's some I haven't even gotten to. I think you're going to be shocked when I tell you what I have not gotten to because I switched up on what I said my order was going to be last week. So let's get into it though. This week we got projects from Babytron, Smino, Baby Keem with a deluxe from the Melodic Blue, which is pretty unexpected, West Side Gun, Eminem, Lancey Foe, Duke Deuce, Young Gravy, and more. Then we got singles from Juice World, Rihanna, SZA, Polo G, IDK, NBA Youngboy, Fabio Foreign, Nardo Wick, Aaron May, Ski Master Slump God, Ice Spice, Boldy James, Trippy Red, Red Veil, and even more. It was a crazy week.
I'm, I've been waiting to talk about this with you. Let's kick it off with Babytron.
Bin Reaper 3, fire.
This was it was really unexpected. Like I've seen I'll bump Babytron a few songs here and there, but I felt like this was pretty well put together as a collective.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just hearing that intro track's the one I keep going back to.
Same.
Which that is, I don't know. Like, I feel like we could really see a step from Babytron here. I don't know. I like this really impressed me. Like, I was kind of lost of words with it. I was not expecting it to be. This
I
good.
agree. I agree. When I was listening to that first intro, I was like, Babytron,
Legit.
like he was really talking his shit. And I was like, okay, this is good. But obviously, Babytron, he's got some of the most iconic one-liners in the game today. So when we were about ready to get ready for the episode, all this, you were saying, what's your favorite line on the project? Most memorable, whatever. So I had to pick one out. It was tough. There's so many. He has so many NBA references, and obviously I love NBA references. We did an episode about NBA references. I think we could do a whole episode about just Babytron rap references. But there's so many references beyond the basketball references. So I'll get to my favorite reference. It was not a basketball reference. It's a video game reference, and it's one of my favorites. This is not the most, witty bar, but it's my favorite bar. Hit him with that Porter X2. Now he a particle.
Ooh,
A
that
Call of
is
Duty
fire.
Zombies reference, the Porter's X2 ray gun. Oh, goes crazy. Obviously, for those of you who know me like that, I'm a zombies guy. I love Call of Duty Zombies. Grew up on that, played it so many times. Played the new ones even still, pretty fair amount. But yeah, obviously one of the most iconic guns in zombies, the ray gun. So he didn't just say a ray gun, that's pretty basic. He just said the Porter's X2. That's a pack a punch version. So it was a bar.
I have I have three of them I gotta mention. I mean, we could go like you said, go just the one liners. They're all from the same song too. Eighth Wonder of the World. He was just fucking going nuts. Um, so my first one, this is probably my favorite one. I've let it digest a little bit. Sniper creeping in a black hoodie, hash slinging slasher.
Hard.
SpongeBob reference there. That's tough. And then he damn near a Hardy Boy. Stand keep a ladder. And then
That's just a bar.
last one here. Thinking he a big dog, but he really an ankle biter.
I like that line. That's a good
That-
line too.
I don't like, and with his bars, like you said, COD, he's got WWE references, NBA references, SpongeBob references. Like
TV, movies, social
he's
media.
really
He
one of
does
us, you
every.
know?
He really is. That's the thing. Like, I feel like when I listen to like older rappers and stuff like that, sometimes I don't get the references. I was watching a video about complex brackets, and they were doing funniest rapper, and they were talking about Action Bronson. Like, he makes so many references to like '80s babies that like you might not get if you're not from where he's from, or you haven't seen the things he's seen. And I feel like Babytron, he's really, I think he's around early 20s, whatever. So he's really like our generation. Like, he's talking about the things that we've seen, and I love it. Like, it's just like you're not hearing a Call of Duty Zombies reference from Kendrick Lamar, probably. You know what I mean? Like, but hearing from Babytron, I'm like, oh, this is so fire.
Yeah, I mean, it's not corny because they're actual bars and everything. So, I mean, he just like, and he just continues to do it. Like this whole project, it's just all throughout there, just insane references.
Mm-hmm. And we got to give a special shout out to some of the funny ones. I knew I would be a rapper. I was circling anything on the ACT. Like, that's a bar. And then Fendi belt looking like the grade I got in chemistry. I mean, school references, but they're just so funny, so witty, so creative. I love those. Those are probably my top three: the Fendi,
Yeah,
the
and
ACT, and
he
then the ray gun.
obviously, he has he's on the list for the Grammy nominations there. He's having this big, so you're seeing him a lot more on social media now versus, I mean, you were fucking 6 months ago when he dropped
Mm-hmm.
Megatron. Like he could really do something here, really like take all this and become, somewhat of a star. I feel like you're kind of limited to what you can do, but yeah, Babytron's he's up next, or he's up now,
He's up
maybe.
now. He is up now.
Yeah,
It'll be crazy if he actually gets nominated for the Grammy. I love seeing all consideration at least, but if he is up for Best New Artist, if Babytron is at the Grammys, oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna break the internet.
my thing is like, I just feel like like some of the bars, like some people just don't take them seriously, but they're seriously hard
Mm-hmm.
bars, like the
Mm-hmm.
ACT, like stuff like that. They could like view it as, but I believe him. Like I
Oh
don't know.
yeah,
That's my
I he's not necessarily making jokes. He's just storytelling, and it's great. Like, I feel like you know, there's a person like a Lil Dicky where they're like, oh, that's jokes. But I think this is bars. I think there's a difference somehow between they're both funny, but one is like, the corny line, one is on one side, one's on the other, I think.
Yeah, I was like I said, I'll just finish this up with just how impressed I was with Ben Reaper 2, the Old Testament. New Testament dropping soon, so
That's pretty wild. I'm ready though. But there's so much other good music we got to talk about. The Baby Keem Deluxe. This was pretty interesting. I was not really anticipating we're going to get a deluxe for the Melodic Blue. It's been over a year since that project dropped. So I thought, if anything, we're just going to have to wait till next year to get another album or, whatever year he chooses to drop another full project. I didn't think we were going to get anything in the meantime. Maybe, some singles leading up, obviously. But I thought that was going to be it. So when he announced the deluxe album, I was like, interesting. What were your thoughts on this project?
I didn't love it. I like the music, but I don't like tying it in with the Melodic Blue.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of talked about it a little bit. This, like what he put out, did not give out Melodic Blue vibes. I mean, it was just a completely different vibe. And for it to be nearly almost a year and a half later, a year and a few months later,
Mm-hmm.
like I would just rather it been an EP or something, you know.
That was
But
my
I mean,
exact thought.
I still like the music. I just would have liked it not to been attached to the Melodic Blue.
I agree. I think it's just been an entirely new EP. But I'm just happy we got some music from Keem. Obviously, riding that momentum from the Big Steppers tour, so it kind of makes sense. There's some good songs on this though. I really like Highway 95.
Yes,
There's
that
some
was
other good
the
ones too. It was
uh,
really cool. Obviously, I love Don Toliver and Pink Panthers. So getting those three on a song together was unexpected, but I'm here for it. That was fire.
yeah, no, I really like it. Was just it's a different vibe, but he did kill it what he was doing, you know. So
Another one I'm going to get into here is West Side Gun. Have you had a chance to listen to West Side Gun project yet?
I have not. So I wanted to do three. I wanted to do the Baby Keem, the Baby Tron, and then I chose between Smino and West Side Gun to just kind of digest over this weekend, and I ultimately went with the Smino project. So
I did the exact same thing, and I went with West Side Gun instead of Smino, which is wild because last week I said Smino was getting my first listen, and I totally switched up on that. Um, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 dropped Thursday at 11 when the music dropped. So I was like, I can't listen to Smino. Like, I need to listen to Smino and give my full attention. I can't, have it on the back. I need to listen to it. So I was playing Call of Duty, listening to Baby Keem. I was like, okay, that's fine. Baby Tron, I waited till I was on a drive. I was like, okay, this will be a good drive music. And then I finished with West Side Gun. And I got into Smino a little bit today, about halfway through it. It's great. Um,
yeah,
but I need to finish that second half.
yeah, no, very impressive project from Smino, and then I obviously got to give West Side Gun a listen. It's just like for it being Halloween weekend, it was just like the wrong weekend for all this shit to come out.
I know. And think
But
about if Drake would have dropped too, obviously. That would have
uh,
been, oh my God, I've been crazy. West Side Gun, though, got to give him some flowers. I think he has some of the best production on all of his albums. He goes crazy. Um, he really has like a dream team on this project. The feature list is crazy. You got ASAP Rocky. Obviously, you got some people that he's obviously, you know, dropping with consistent like Stove God Cook, stuff like that. But Busta Rhymes, Raekwon, Ghostface, Run the Jewels, obviously like Benny, Black Star. It was
yeah,
just a crazy
legends, yeah,
project. Like it was so good. But yeah, excited to
yeah,
get to rest of the Smino project.
yeah. I mean, I'm off the next couple of days, so I kind of want to try and I didn't really listen to too many of the singles either, so I kind of want to digest all those as well. So
Mm. Good singles. I listened to Rihanna. I listened to SZA. I listened to IDK and Ski Mask. I think that's about it. And Red Veil. But a lot of good singles too. This is just a super deep week, like crazy. I love the IDK single, Monsieur Dior. Great. Got that same sample as One Beer by MF Doom. Beautiful sample. Great track.
definitely. What was your favorite single out of the week?
I think I go with IDK, or I might go with the Red Veil PG Baby remix with Denzel Curry. I love PG Baby. One of my favorite tracks of the year, probably. Great production on that. So yeah, he posted that he was going to have a remix of it and kind of was like, want people to guess who it was going to be. And it ended up being Denzel Curry. So that was pretty cool. Denzel's on a run this year. So I'll take anything I get from him right now. So it was a great song.
He's got a good run for artist of the year.
Facts. He's going crazy. You love to see it. Um, yeah, big week though. And then, it's also gonna be a big week next week because OVO 40, Drake's right hand man,
Come
got
on, bro.
COVID while finishing Her Loss. The album has been delayed 1 week, so we're getting it this Friday now. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it sucks, obviously, but what can you do?
I'm
Uh,
honestly kind of happy.
yeah, it wouldn't have been good during this week or to have released during this week, or it kind of deserves its own thing. But everybody would have pushed back if Drake was dropping. So
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm just glad Drake gets his own week now. It's kind of wild because he's talking about everybody pushing back off his release date.
this week would have been Drake's week.
I don't know. That's the thing. Like,
I
there's so much that, like,
Come on,
obviously
be
Drake's getting a
fucking
lot
for
of
real right
listens.
now.
I don't know. I love everybody's music that
Nah,
dropped this
I
week, so
obviously
it would have been tough. Like,
it would have been
in a
hard
week
to fit this in.
in a week where it's just Drake, I'll listen to it a couple times, But when it's all this, I got Drake one listen and maybe a couple songs run back, but then I got to get on to some other stuff. So would
We
have been tough. So I'm glad he's on his own.
hopefully it's a classic. So hopefully if it really would have released this week, it would have gotten multiple listens because it's just so good. But definitely ready for Friday. Or I don't know. Usually I'm like I get real tired Thursday because I got to wake up a little earlier on Friday. So usually I listen like in the morning. So maybe I'll
It's
grind it out
Drizzy.
for
It's
Drake.
Drizzy.
It's
Yeah.
Drake, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm excited for this one, definitely. Another thing was people were saying Drake pushed back because Frank Ocean was going to drop an album. I feel like every week there's a new theory about why Frank Ocean could drop this week. But I feel like this week it was
The
going
buzz was
even
getting real.
crazier
Yeah.
on TikTok, on Twitter, everywhere. They were like, "Oh yeah, Frank Ocean is dropping," because it was his birthday. There was a lot of things that they were like, "It's coming."
And then when they said the
Uh,
radio, I was like,
yep,
I was like, oh, okay. That was really I really thought we were gonna get a Frank Ocean album this week, honestly.
I know. I'm a sucker. I believe it like almost every time. I think there's hope. But then, you know, this announcement that we are getting Homer Radio, like you said, every Thursday at 10, I think that's a good sign that it's on the way, at least. They're thinking about it, at least. They're thinking
Yeah.
about putting content out there, putting music out there. I think it'll be coming soon. Before the end of the year, I don't know, but obviously he got Coachella coming up next spring. And
I
that's
think
kind of like my light. I'm like, okay, he's gotta have it out before then. Like the end is in sight. The end of this drought of music, of no music from Frank Ocean, is almost over.
I
So
think early 23 is a good guess. You've been saying that consistently. So
so we need that for sure. I'll take it whenever we can get it. If it comes out in 5 years, that's fine. But I just want it at some point. Another album announcement that we've been waiting for a minute. Brockhampton. They had been teasing a little bit. The album was called TF. That was the initials of the album. People were guessing there was some ideas out there like Trustfall, Texas Forever. Ends up being The Family. Brockhampton's final album, The Family, is going to drop November 17th. Not too long of a wait.
no, that this is like well, I mean to be fair, we have been waiting all year.
I know, but from the
Yeah,
announcement.
yeah. I thought we were getting it this week. That's what the
Mhm.
vibes were. And it was Thursday. They just said like 1 hour. I was like, holy fuck, it's coming on this Thursday fucking afternoon. But ultimately that didn't happen. So I mean, it just gave me more time to go back and reflect. I feel like this year, especially, they're going to be high up in my list just because with the breakup and everything. I've just been listening to them a ton more, so I've kind of taking a little break. So kind of getting back into all that right now. So I'm obviously super excited, super ready. This what was it? Saturday morning, I woke up and one of the vinyl shops I followed just had posted like a saturation vinyl, like just on one of their shelves. They're like, come in, we open at 12. It was like 11:50 when I saw that. I just fucking got in my car, went there, got there like right on time, grabbed that. And it was weird because the person behind me, they wanted it. So it was
Ooh,
just,
so you got there at
yeah,
the perfect time. That's
yeah,
what's up. That's
yeah.
a
So
beautiful vine. When you sent me that, I was so happy. I love it.
I know. So I'm right now, I have four to put up. So I have a saturation, event staples, the the black Kendrick Lamar exclusive. I got to put the other Good Kid, Mad City back up too somewhere. So I think I'm having both up there. So then you said you're gifting me one for my birthday. So
Yes, sir.
I need 3 vinyl suggestions past this. By the viewers, hit a comment down or DM us, get a hold of us somehow, and 3 vinyls. So just suggest one. If 3 people do it, we'll have a wall filled or a row
Yes,
filled.
sir. But yeah, this Brockhampton album, I am so ready. Obviously, it's the end, which I'm not ready for, but I'm ready for the music. Ready to see how they end it all. It's been such a good run the past couple of years. It's gonna suck to see it end, but I hope it's just a great ending. That's what
All,
matters.
all good things must come to an end.
I know that's what they've been saying. I believe it. I see there's some truth to that for sure.
I think we're definitely getting some Amir stuff as well. They've been including him in all the videos with it and everything. So super excited for that.
Has to be. We have to have it. That's what I was gonna say. I saw something on the internet, and I think it was tied to the box sets with the shirts and the CDs that we both got. This is good because last time they dropped, we got the same shirt, same box set or whatever. This time we got different ones. So I'm glad.
I was thinking, when I was buying mine, I was like, which do I think you would buy? So then, because I did it, I did it early right when it dropped. So I was like,
I did
I'll
too,
grab,
though.
I'll
I
grab.
just didn't send it right away.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I'll grab the white because I think he's gonna like the blue more.
See, that's what's up. We know each other. I was between the two. The black one
Yeah,
I was not considering. I was between the two. But then I have a lot of whites already, so I was like, we'll go with blue. And blue is like the classic Brockhampton color to me. And I don't have any like blue Brockhampton stuff, so I was like, okay, I need that.
I love black or white shirts, so it's like that was obvious for me. You'll rarely catch me in a colored shirt, so
I feel you. I like a lot of neutrals too, but I had to go with a little color here. Um, but I think there was something tied into that where people saw the track list on the back of the CDs or something, and it's like 16 songs in like 35 minutes or something like that. I'm like, it's a little short. That's a little bit short than I was hoping for, but as long as it's a good 35 minutes is all that matters.
yeah, I'd rather have a good 35 than a mid hour and a half or
I
hour.
know, but we never really get mid projects out of Brockhampton, so I would
No,
love a little bit longer one, especially as a conclusion, but I'll take what we can get at this point. Especially if there's a
yes,
mirror.
and
If there is a mirror, oh, it could be 6 minutes. I don't care.
no, I'm definitely excited. Obviously, we got a couple of weeks to wait for it, but it is approaching quickly. So
But we got some good things on the way. We got Drake, and then only one more week, and then Brockhampton. So hopefully something big drops in that week between them. But yeah, I don't know. The Amir thing was my biggest hope for the whole project. If it doesn't happen, I get it. I totally understand.
I think
But
it's
I'm
happening.
hopeful. I'm
Yeah,
hopeful. We'll see. My biggest hope would be that a couple of these songs that are from like classic era of Brockhampton, like the Puppy era and the Years of Our Lives era that didn't come out on this project. One
yeah,
specifically, Ready for War. Ready for War might be the best Brockhampton song ever made, and it is not going to come
not
out probably,
released. Yeah,
which is, I mean, that's so sad. Amir's verse goes so crazy on it. Obviously, it was like right at the time when there was all the controversy, so it couldn't come out. But I would love to see it come out eventually, and I think eventually would have to mean on this project.
definitely. And that's kind of like what I'm interested to see because although the group is breaking up, they still have this unreleased material that could still circulate later. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's not necessarily it's never going to come out because obviously, I mean, Kevin has a lot of the rights over there, all that stuff. So I mean, eventually that could release still, but
I would hope. We'll see though. I'm just excited to see the end and then what everybody does in their own because everybody's great in Brockhampton. So wish them the best, but ready for this project for sure. All right, let's get the last news of the week. Kanye West update. A lot of stuff happened this week. Kanye dropped from like everything basically you can think of that he was associated with. He's no longer a billionaire. The Adidas deal is done. He was escorted out of Skechers headquarters. When I saw that, I was like, that's fake. That's like a ball sack sports
yeah,
headline. It's just not real. And then I just kept seeing it. I was like, Kanye got kicked out of Skechers. Like, that's crazy. But
Skechers
apparently
ain't
he
messing
showed
with
up
that
there.
bag.
I know, but apparently he showed up there with a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but people,
An
cameras.
entourage, yeah.
Like, okay, like, yeah, I could see why you get kicked out, even if you're Kanye West. Obviously, this isn't the best week to be Kanye West, but yeah, I could see why you get kicked out.
Yeah. Obviously, don't want to go too in depth in it. Obviously, the comments he's making it not right or anything. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's sad to see. I don't know. We'll have to see where all this goes. Obviously, we will keep you guys updated and everything. And I don't think there's too many thoughts we can share because there's not a lot of thought to be had about all this.
Yeah, it's kind of just whatever. Don't need to give too much of a platform to what he's saying. But one thing I will add that was crazy that I had thought about, but I didn't know we were gonna see. Everybody's dropping ties with Kanye. Watching the Throne podcast change their at name to Chris Lambert to his real name, and I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. Obviously, they're built around Kanye, so
all right,
kind of crazy to see.
That is nuts. I mean, just to wrap up this whole Kanye thing, if Jay a billionaire, I'm never gonna go broke. Direct quote by Kanye, so he'll be fine.
He should be. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy Halloween. Let us know what you wore for Halloween this year. We'll be back next week with another banger.
Yep, we'll see you guys. Have a good Halloween.
Peace.